Tonight, as part of our series on local body government, we take a look at the Hamilton City Council. It has an annual budget of around $86 million. But Kate Hawkesby reports not all Hamilton ratepayers are happy with how the money is spent.
Hamilton, home to 108,000 people, and according to the council, a city steeped in pride.
Civic pride, community pride, it's great.
The latest proposal, a new stadium, is already ruffling feathers. Rugby Park, the site of the proposed stadium, which would seat around 30,000 people and cost about $30 million to build. And although it's not a council-initiated venture, council would partly fund it to the tune of $6 million if it met with certain criteria. But some Hamilton ratepayers say they'd rather the money was spent elsewhere. Casino? You think Hamilton should have a casino?
Yeah. We haven't a waterfront or anything like that except for the river, so I like the way they make the most of intersections.
That all comes at a price, and rates are going up by 1.8%, the same rate as inflation. But rural landowners face bigger hikes because of land values.
I'm faced with a rate increase of 80% over a 2-year period.
Council will hear public submissions on rural rate rises this week. Also controversial, the privatisation of the city's works last year. Now services like the rubbish collection are contracted out.
Don't like that. I think that the council made a big mistake when they did that.
I just haven't seen the efficiency. In fact, I've seen a great deterioration in regard to the private work undertaken in the city in the last 18 months.
And it's comments like that which are rumoured to have cost former Deputy Mayor Russ Remington his job. He was sacked last week. He says he was too outspoken.
I think in a nutshell, there was a feeling that Russ was doing damage to the council and the community because of you never quite know where he was going to come from next.
Most of council's revenue comes from rates, this year bringing in $52.9 million. Investment assets like shares in the airport are valued at $13.7 million. And the council's debt on the up, $66 million last year, $72.2 million this year.
I think we're about right, and we're certainly well positioned to take on more debt as the city grows.
Part of that growth includes plans for a new performing arts centre near the river, a hotel and environmental projects like more walkways. The council also hopes Hamilton will one day be seen as a major transport hub, with expansion of the airport a possibility. And according to the mayor, Hamilton can pride itself on one other thing. It's been chosen, along with 14 other cities, to present a model of its community to the United Nations in 4 weeks' time. Kate Hawkesby, One Network News.
Well, let's take a look at Hamilton's weather now. How was it, Jim?
Well, like most of the country, it was quite nice. A wee bit of cloud, but we've got some pictures as well to just verify all that. So very nice it was down by the mighty Waikato River for most of the day. Calm conditions with 18 degrees. There was a shower popped through a short time ago, and here's the dog, of course, having a bit of a shower himself. I believe they were throwing stones, and one of the poor old thing had trouble retrieving the object. There we go. Anyway, he's quite happy. Foggy, cold weather in Alexandra, but the sun came out in Christchurch. It's taken a week. We see a line of 11s down the southeastern coast. Christchurch there got to 12 with peeps of sunshine, 16 for both Hokitika and Nelson. On the road between Wellington and Palmerston North, the temperature was 15. We dropped down to 14 for Taupo, Tokoroa and the east coast cities. Then we move up to 19 for Whakatane. Both Tauranga and Hamilton at 18. Auckland City came in with 17. So much friendlier skies over the country today with a lack of any nasty cloud systems, although a bit of rain and drizzle popped up between Canterbury and Gisborne with the easterly flow around our anticyclone. Out there, the Chathams, nice weather for the Chatham Islands with the high still sitting out there. You may have noticed the beginnings of a front back here. That's the thing that could spoil much of the weekend weather for us. But tomorrow, anticyclone still near the Chatham Islands with this broad area of high pressure right across the country. Notice a little fading southeasterly flow will clip the northeastern corner, and a freshening northerly as the front gets closer will develop in Fiordland. So quite nice fly-by weather, really, courtesy of the high. There's the cloud over Fiordland, which could produce some late rain. A little bit of early mire about the place in the form of low cloud or fog, but that should disappear quickly. We've got a northerly breeze. Notice a bit of low cloud there hanging around the Canterbury coast and also parts of Marlborough. But everybody else looks good. Plenty of sunshine in the North Island, but again, notice that wad of cloud up the east coast and also down over the southwest. A lot of it will break up, but some drizzly patches for Hawke's Bay and Gisborne are likely. Elsewhere, some early fog, but lovely fine day after that. The breeze, northerly to the south, easterlies for Gisborne, and light winds for everybody else. Now for the weather in your town, and the south looks great. Chilly tonight in Queenstown and Invercargill with a little bit of morning fog. Timaru, lovely day. Further north, it's much the same for Nelson, Blenheim. Another great day on the west coast. Kaikoura may have some morning mist or low cloud. Into the lower part of the North Island, it's patchy cloud in the morning from Palmerston north to Masterton, but nice afternoon with light winds. Gisborne and Napier still see a bit of that stuff coming in with the easterly flow, some drizzle or patchy cloud, but New Plymouth and Wanganui get a nice afternoon. Not much wind there either, and it's much the same up here with some fog for Taupo, Tokoroa and Rotorua burning off. We've got a fine afternoon, light winds, same in the north, patchy cloud for Whangarei and Tauranga. Hamilton may be foggy first thing, cold tonight, lovely day or lovely afternoon. Come in Dunedin, it looks very, very nice, a little bit of scattered cumulus coming through, northerly breeze, a high of 12 and down to 4 overnight. Looks like some early drizzle in Christchurch, but that'll disappear quickly. The breeze from the northeast, the high 13 and down to 5 for you tonight. A cloudy breakfast in Wellington, but that stuff should disappear quickly and it's fine for the rest of the day. Northerly breeze will freshen up and your temperature high 16. More problems with the commuter fog in Auckland, but again, that'll fizzle out. It'll be fine. Gentle southerly breeze and a temperature high of 18. So a nice afternoon in all the main centres, but it'll be very cold tonight with temperatures between 4 and 7. Come Friday, the front makes a run at the South Island, so there'll be some rain developing in the west coast and also in the south, and also showers in the lower part of the North Island. And for day one of the long weekend, patchy rain over much of the north and some showers in the south, but eastern areas looking pretty good. Just east of New Plymouth lies the quiet little hamlet of Tikarangi. It's a farming spot, but there are orchards and lifestyle blocks, rugby and tennis clubs, trout and eels in the streams, with hedgerows and shelter belts, giving a hint of rustic English countryside. Pretty good day tomorrow too, with 17 degrees. Have a great day at Tikarangi. Good night.
Thanks, Jim. Well, before we go, let's update the situation on that fire at a central Auckland bakery. These pictures are just in from the One Network News helicopter and ground crews. Reporter Nicole Bremner's at the bakery in the Auckland suburb of Kingsland, and she joins us now live. Nicole, a very bad fire. Is anyone hurt?
Richard, they don't know whether anybody's hurt yet. As you can probably see, the firefighters behind me here are so busy trying to fight the fire and get it under control. They haven't had a chance to get inside the building. But we have talked to about half a dozen workers who are inside the baking area where they say the fire broke out. And they say they had about 2 or 3 minutes to get out of the building before the fire erupted from a baking oven that's about twice the height as one of those fire engines behind me.
Thanks, Nicole. Nicole Bremner reporting live from Kingsland in Auckland. And tonight we'll have full coverage of that emergency at 9:40.
And that's your news hour. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.